And for more information now on what's going on there today, specifically at the conference, we turn to our special correspondent there, Allison Kentish. Allison, tell us about this second draft. It seems like the nations gathered there that they're not able to reach this final agreement. What are some of the key differences there? And is there any signals of whether they will be able to settle on an agreement or not?
Hi, good evening to you, Cody, and to all our listeners and viewers. Well, I can tell you that people who were looking forward and eagerly anticipating a final agreement here in Paris today have been hugely disappointed. And earlier this morning, the French Foreign Minister, that Laurent Fabius, announced that efforts to land that deal fell apart on Friday. But he announced that he's going to be hard at work with the negotiators throughout this evening, and he will have a final document tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. I can tell you that nations are disappointed, especially some of the small nations, small island states in the Caribbean. They have expressed a certain level of disappointment, but they are holding out hope. They say that the latest draft document is not exactly what they wanted, but to quote them, they are not unhappy with it, but they would have wanted more. I can tell you that the sticking points remain money, they're debating financial issues, as well as mitigation and adaptation issues.
What about you've been keeping a close eye on the Caribbean countries. What have they been saying about this draft, and why exactly do they think that their considerations are being taken into account?
Well, one thing I can tell you, speaking to the head of the CARICOM delegation, that is CARICOM, which is made up of 15 small island states in the Caribbean, they're saying that some of their key allies whom they depended on to be on the side of the Caribbean, because they are fighting for the survival of Caribbean countries, which are already feeling the impacts of climate change. And they came to COP21 hoping that they could rely on some of their partners, some of the countries that they do have diplomatic relations with. And I can tell you that one of those holding out on the 1.5 degrees cap is most of the countries holding out on that cap belong to the United Arab Emirates. And somehow the Caribbean felt that they have that support going in, but Saudi Arabia in particular is holding out. They are not for most of what the Caribbean wants. And that's a big surprise for the Caribbean. They're a bit disappointed, but they're holding out hope that some sort of agreement, some sort of compromise can be reached between now and that time, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Right, Allison, thanks once again.